I never imagined that a simple weekend getaway would turn my world upside down. But here I am, forever changed by a forbidden love I never saw coming. It all started with a trip I thought would be relaxing, a chance to escape the chaos of everyday life, to breathe and find clarity. My best friend's brother, Daniel, was supposed to be just a familiar face at the family cabin, an older, slightly gruff man who'd always been kind but distant. Twice my age, with a quiet strength that I admired from afar. I thought of him as off-limits, a man I'd never dare to pursue, especially not when I was happily married, or so I told myself. But that weekend, everything shifted. The first night, after dinner, we found ourselves alone in the cozy living room, the fire casting flickering shadows on the walls, the scent of pine and roasted marshmallows lingering in the air. He was helping me with a glass of wine, his hand brushing mine accidentally, and I felt a jolt, electric, forbidden, dangerous. Our eyes met, and suddenly the distance that separated us felt like a cruel joke. We both knew we shouldn't be there, but the pull was undeniable. That accidental touch lingered longer than it should have, and in that quiet moment, I saw something in his gaze, longing, understanding, an unspoken acknowledgement that we were playing with fire. As the night wore on, the tension grew thicker, more palpable, until we found ourselves standing close, the space between us shrinking. I could hear my heartbeat pounding in my ears, feel the heat radiating from his body, smell the faint scent of cedar and something uniquely him. I wanted to step back, to remind myself of the boundaries I'd always known, but my feet felt rooted to the floor, drawn by a force I couldn't resist. We shared a few stolen glances, each one heavier with unspoken promises, and in that moment, I realized my feelings had already crossed a line I'd sworn never to approach. That night, as I lay in bed, my mind replayed every touch, every whispered word, every stolen moment. I knew deep down that this was dangerous, an affair that could shatter everything I held dear. Yet the forbidden thrill was intoxicating, a secret only I carried. I wondered if he felt the same, if he, too, was battling his own demons, caught between duty and desire. The next morning, everything felt different. As the weekend pressed on, we found ourselves stealing moments. An accidental brush of hands while gathering firewood. A lingering glance when we thought no one was looking. Each touch, each glance was a temptation I couldn't resist. I was falling into a trap I'd set for myself. Yet I couldn't help but wonder, was there a way out? Or was I already lost? The more I tried to suppress my feelings, the more they grew, a wildfire burning beneath my skin. I knew I was teetering on the edge of something forbidden, something that could ruin everything. My marriage, my friendship, my peace. But the pull was too strong. And then, one evening, as the sun dipped below the horizon, casting a golden glow over the lake, he looked at me with a tenderness I'd never seen before. His voice was soft but firm, and he said, "We shouldn't be doing this, but I can't pretend I don't feel it too." That confession hit me like a blow, an admission I'd been waiting for, yet afraid to hear. I felt a rush of hope and despair collide inside me, knowing our lives were about to change forever. If this confession has you on the edge of your seat, hit like and share, because you will not believe what happens next. But for now, I am caught between two worlds, the life I built, the love I thought was enough, and this new forbidden passion that beckons me into uncharted territory. I wonder if he feels the same storm raging inside him, if he's just as willing to risk everything for a chance at something real. I have to decide, do I run away from this dangerous allure or embrace it fully, knowing it could destroy us both? The nights that follow are filled with tension, with stolen moments behind closed doors, with words unspoken yet understood. I can't help but feel that I am on the cusp of a revelation, a crossing point where my heart will either shatter or finally find its true home. As I lie awake, listening to the gentle rustling of leaves outside, I realize that love, even forbidden love, has its own rules. Rules that sometimes demand sacrifice, sometimes demand courage. I am torn between what is safe and what is real, between the life I knew and the one I crave. But deep inside, I know that this is just the beginning, that somehow, somewhere, fate has led me to this moment, an unexpected second chance at love. A chance to finally be seen and loved for who I truly am. And so I stand at the edge of this new chapter, eager yet terrified, hopeful yet cautious, because I believe that even in the darkest shadows, love can find